If you don't know me, I'm Eric Miller. I run the Malvern Weightlifting Club in Malvern, Pennsylvania, at the high school where I teach, Malvern Prep. I started this meet back in 2012 when I first started the weightlifting program, and I was looking to run a meet for my lifters that I was trying to get into the sport, and I wanted to do something local, close to where they are, so they'd be comfortable coming out to a meet. I was going back and forth with our LWC president, Mike McKenna, who was very instrumental in starting my program. And he said, 2012 was when the London Olympics were also going on. So on the USAW website, they had a little piece about Frank Spellman because he won the Olympic gold medal in 1948 at the London Olympics. And he goes, hey, why don't you call it the Frank Spellman Memorial Meet? So I did a little bit of research, and I found out that Frank was still alive. So I said, Mike, he's still alive. He goes, all right, then call it the Frank Spellman Classic. So we call it the Frank Spellman Classic. A couple weeks later, Frank still has some family in the Westchester area. I got an email from, I don't know if it was his, down the chain somewhere, it was like a cousin of his in some way, I don't know how the family was related. And she said, hey, we heard about your meet, we told Frank about the meet, and he's absolutely so honored that you're gonna name the meet after him. And he goes, here's his email. He lives in Florida now. He's a really interesting guy. He wasn't only a great weightlifter, but he was also started as a gymnast. He was born in 1922 in Malvern, and he was part of a really big family. His father died when he was 7 years old, and the mother couldn't take care of all the kids. She just couldn't afford it, so she had to ship some of them off to an orphanage in Philadelphia. And that's where Frank, he met somebody in a gym, and he said, hey, you got a good physique. What do you do? He goes, well, I do this sport called weightlifting. So we got together with this guy. The guy taught him how to lift. Down the road when he was 25 years old, he went to London to represent the United States of America and won gold. And one of the things Frank said, or Frank had done, he had done interviews recently before his death when he died last year. And he said everything went perfect for him that day. He was 9 for 9. Those of you who don't know, prior to 1972, Olympic lifting had 3 events. It was the snatch, the clean and jerk, and the clean and press, and he made all his lifts, and he beat his teammate by about 7 kilos in the total. I think he totaled 390 kilos that day. He also was the AAU champion many times. He took a break, I believe after the 1948 Olympics, from training to become a photographer. He did a lot of woodworking, he did a lot of artwork. He was a very, very interesting guy, and he's in multiple Hall of Fames, in USA Weightlifting Hall of Fame. You'll see him at York Barbell in the pictures, and if you go to York Barbell, they have the Weightlifting Hall of Fame there. And he's honored multiple times in the Jewish Hall of Fame as well, through multiple different Jewish Hall of Fames. And so I emailed Frank in 2012, and he responded to me in about font size 25. And he said, wow, Malvern, it was just a one-horse town when I was born and when I lived there. And he was just very appreciative of us naming the meet after him. And I wanted to do something for the history of the sport because, you know, you don't see this on ESPN, you don't see this on ABC, you don't see this sport. It's very an obscure sport. And I think it's important for us in the sport to reach back and show that the United States does have a rich weightlifting history, a very successful weightlifting history. And we're starting to bring that back again, and it's because of gyms like this, it's because of programs like mine and the other programs who are trying to get youth involved in the sport that we're building up such a base where now we're going to be competitive on the world stage once again. Hopefully 2020 we bring home some medals. So I should stop here so we can start the session. But thanks for hosting, guys, and keeping the Frank Spellman name alive with this meet. We really appreciate it. So thank you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna give Lincoln a 6 for 6 because of that misloaded bar. So Grace and Liz went 6 for 6. So that's
5 and 6.
you, Connor, and Addie went 5 for 6. So we went 33 for 36. 33 for 36 on the youth for the morning. Okay, so we just cleaned up for the Frank Spellman. Over there is cleaned up. Warm-up area is all cleaned up. Smashed it. We had like 70 lifters come through the whole day. Ran smoothly, no stops, minimal. I don't really think we had any technical stops. Imagine that, running a weightlifting meet without a technical stop. That's a really novel idea. We had 102 attempts from garage strength weightlifters, and we made, I want to say it was 86. It was a 80, it was a little less. It was 83.5% success rate, which is absolutely insane. So our lifters tore it up. We only had, everybody went 5 for 6 or 6 for 6. We only had one lifter go 2 for 6, and then 2 lifters go 4 for 6. Everybody else 5 for 6 and 6 for 6. Team tore it up. Everybody volunteered all day. You know, we got lifters like Haley Reichert, who's one of the best weightlifters in the U.S. Jules Riato, one of the best weightlifters in the U.S. Emma Esserbrook, Jordan Wissinger, Michaela, trying to think, you know, DJ, Jake Horse is here all day. Everybody's, all the best, and Kate Ware, all the best weightlifters in the U.S. volunteered the entire day while everybody else is developing, and all these athletes are up and comers, and that's the next wave of that are going to be the next great weightlifters. So I'm pretty excited. Evan McElderry, watch out for him. I'm calling it. If he listens to me, he could be the future for the super heavies in the U.S. Peace.